Hey, what's good, people, man? Platinum Bearded Dread on a nice, warm, clear blue skied, sunny day. About time and all, man. Question, man. Are we all in a zoo? Is this one old big human zoo? Are you just one of many animals that's caged up in a zoo? I remember when we went on a family holiday, yeah, and we went to, where was it? I think it was, oh man, it was Europe, but I don't remember. Tenerife. Can't remember if it was South Tenerife or North Tenerife, but we went to Tenerife, and went to a zoo there. I mean, it was a nice zoo, man. The weather was nice, and you had like the lions and the, and the tigers and all of that, man. But my son, he said, I don't like this, Daddy. He just doesn't feel comfortable. It's not right. He was only 7 years old. And for the first time, it got me looking at zoos very differently. As a grown adult, all them years in school and stuff, you know what I mean? I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought it was good because, preserving animals and we can get to see them up close, well, kind of close. But then when I listened to it through the eyes of a 7-year-old, the idea that they were caged up and they couldn't run, it seems obvious, but it weren't to me. And since that day, I've never looked at zoos the same. Why is it we feel we must always cage people, things, animals, you know what I mean? Where is it? We already know that the Europeans went to Africa and other parts of the world and felt that they had the right to take people's liberty, their freedom, and cage them up. But where's that come from, man? I humbly say to you, yeah, that the animals in this world are having the last laugh. They really are, because, okay, yeah, many of them are extinct because of humans. But for the most part, we've become so arrogant in our taking people's and life and animals' freedoms that we've become prisoners in our own planet, on our own planet. A planet that is, I don't know how many miles and, expanse. We need permission now to go places. A bird can fly where it wants. A bird can build its nest quietly up in a tree somewhere without seeking permission from the council or whoever, man. And now with our so-called intelligence, we've become lower than animals because we don't have the freedom that animals have. But the worst part of it is we've accepted it, man. We've watched so-called politicians and governments sweep that underneath our feet like that's a given. Animals don't trust us anymore, that's why they attack us. Not because they're evil or because they're bad, but because they don't trust us, man. There was a time when, if you look at back in history, in Africa and other parts of the world, we were able to have close-up relationships with animals. I mean, even if you look at modern day, look at Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. He had lions in his backyard. That shows you that we had a different kind of relationship with animals. I've seen documentaries of, I think it's the Maasai tribe in Africa, go up to wild cats and take away their food and take it back. And the wild cats have just done nothing, watched. Yeah, man, with nothing more than spears. The Native Americans, they were able to tame wild horses without killing them. They didn't even have any fences because the horses stayed. They didn't run off and not come back. They stayed where they were. But now it's like you need a leash. You need to hold them in a zoo, and you know what I mean. And again, we're the ones that are losing because animals have more freedom than we do. It's a mad thing to say, but in this day and age, you might be better for being an animal, man. My gosh, man. And if that ain't bad enough, we're there eating animals like it's our right. Torturing animals just so we can eat them. You know, the Native Americans knew the value of every animal, so they would do a ritual and they wouldn't eat it often because they knew that this animal was giving their life up so we can have ours. So there was a ritual and prayer. You know, there was some sort of spiritual connection between, you know, the human and the animal. Same thing in the quote unquote religion of Islam. You know, you cut the jugular vein of an animal, and then you mention the Most High, Allah, whatever God you want to use, as you proceed to take the life of another animal, because we know it's not ours. We didn't create it, but we're benefiting from that life. So we got to give thanks to who gave it to us and where it comes from, and then you eat. But now you got a butcher shop on every high street, animals just dangling from hooks. You know what I mean? And like it's our right. I remember when I went to America, New York. What part was New York? Chinatown, with my partner at the time. And it was disgusting. It was like a horror movie, because you had a pig, every part of a pig up on hooks, from the ear to the snout, to the, you know, to the tail, to the different parts of the body, to the hoof. And I remember there was this glass container, something dark in it, like muddy red. And I said, we said to the butcher, he's a Chinese man, we said to him, what's in that, man? He said, pig's blood. Pig's blood, man. And what we don't realize is that by us having this entitlement when it comes to eating animals, we're killing ourselves. Animals were never supposed to be eaten on a daily basis, if at all, because the body's not designed for that. But that's not for this post. But it certainly weren't designed to eat on a daily basis. And now through our arrogance and our mistreatment of animals, they're killing us through diseases, heart disease and, you know, cancer, all those things, because the body can't eliminate it. So it just hangs around in the body over time, building up a high level of acidity in the body. And then we don't realize that there's no connection to it. We're forgetting that you take a life, an innocent life, just because, in terms of feeling that you're entitled to, there's a price to pay, man. Man. I'm not the kind of person that would want a pet, unless I had like a big expanse of a garden, and I'd have a couple of big dogs, you know. But I'm not really a pet person, but one thing I don't like is seeing an animal mistreated. I don't like it, man, because for me, it's like whenever I see animals, I look them in the eyes, and I might not even talk, but you can see there's a connection. You know, they're not humans, but there's a connection, man. And it takes a very evil person to be able to torture an animal, seeing that. You know what I mean? Well, maybe I understand it because they don't see that connection. But for me, to kill an animal for no reason at all, just I want to eat it, or just because, or for sport, i.e. fox hunting, and what's the other one? Bull. What they're doing, is it Italy or France? Where they do the bull, you know, where they kill bulls for entertainment. Man. And like I said, we're going to get more and more and more of this coming back on us until we realise that we share this planet, man, with nature, and that includes animals as well. Anyway, man. Something to think about, man. Are we in our own human zoo now, where the animals are looking on at us? We don't have no bars or cages, but we're just contained within this human zoo where we can't be free, and the animals are just looking at us now. Something to think about. Platinum bearded dread. Charles upon the bench them. Yeah, man.